Alright, so let's try this again, shall we? Alright, so let's try this again, shall we? I don't think this is working very well. Okay, it's working. Never mind. I don't think this is working very well. Okay, it's working. Never mind. Okay, yeah. Huh. So I'm going to be unable to see the chat. Let's see if Trains World will actually have sound this time. Yay, I have power. I mean, not power, sound. So anyways, I work for Amtrak, technically, as a contractor. I work night shift. So 7 p.m. to 3:30 a.m. Sunday through Thursday. Friday and Saturday off. So tonight's my night off, as well as tomorrow night. So, yep. Right now I am acting as conductor on this train. Ah, fuck. Um, whoops. Yeah, um, don't do what I just did. There's a step right up there. Dang it. Gosh dang it. Don't do what I did. Dang it. Sorry about that. So, anyways, I work as a coach cleaner, Sacramento Valley Station, night shift. Yeah. Huh. Let's take a look at these rules and see which ones people actually obey. None of them. Yeah, people destroy property. They litter all the time on Amtrak. Yeah, they listen to music pretty loudly sometimes. They usually take up more than one seat just for their bags. They block others, yeah. They lie down on the benches when they can. They try to sell stuff occasionally. Yeah, they have large and bulky items, and yeah, they play music loudly. No! I'm your conductor, damn it! Yeah, and I can do that. It's like, I am your conductor, damn it! Don't leave without me! I didn't say highball! Alright, looking at these cars, I'm gonna take a look at them and tell you if they're fully accurate. Yeah, they're quite accurate. Electrical cabinet. That's where the breakers are in there. I actually have that key for that. Same with the coach keys and locomotive keys. Oh yeah, and I have the key to open doors like this. Mainly because I need access to the train to clean it. These doors, you push the button to open it. They automatically close themselves after about 30 seconds or so. Yeah, here, they're just going to stay open permanently until you close it. And we're highballing. Okay, good. This would be a trash can here. All the seats. Yeah, the restrooms, water. Normally right below the water would be another trash can as opposed to the trash being right here. It'll be down here. Just a small one. Vestibule is pretty darn accurate. Food service car, electrical cabinet, emergency brake valve, door valve, like the door controller. That would be another trash can right there. Normally they'd put more trash cans in here, like the cardboard ones, with one half being recycling, the other half being trash. Normally there wouldn't be this many passengers sitting in here, because these are not coach seating. These are for those who are using the cafe car only. There should be someone back there. This is a door right here for them to get the crew to get in and out. Same with there. All the food chillers, those would all be locked up if there's nobody here. The crappy microwave. Flavored mud maker, pretty much. Yeah, trash can here. That would be trash, and this one would normally be recycling here. Yeah, I have that key for these. Again, there would normally not be this many people in here. Normally one of the tables would be for the conductors. Coach class seat, no. There would not be a restroom in this car. Not on the upper level if it was one of the California cars. Yeah, there would not be restrooms in this car. Another coach. Oh, this is business class. Window curtains, yeah. Let me take a look and see if anybody's commented anything. That would be nope. Normally above everybody's seat would be the seat numbers, as well as a little thing for them, the conductor, to put their little slip at for destination, so the conductor knows where to let you off at. Unfortunately, I don't think I'd be able to videotape or make videos or anything at work, so yeah, I'm not even gonna try. Although sometimes I end up getting to the point where I have to do something. Like if there's like a tweaker just lighting something up, yeah, I'm gonna film that. That actually happened last night. There was a tweaker lighting something. And now arriving at our next station. As I run to the back of the train. If you ever see a conductor running like this, yeah, that you'd probably want to start running too. That'd be pretty cool if Transom World would have a capital corridor. Yeah, the conductor should open his back door as they're arriving, or his nearest door that he's at. Also, something that's missing is the handset for the PA system. This is slightly a lower platform. That ballast, yeah, that would not be accurate having ballast like that right on top of the ties. Yeah, that would not be very accurate. It's a waste of ballast, is what it is. Emergency brake valve, the door. Now, I think till the next stop, I'm just gonna write in the logo. Sit in the seat here. Face the cars. So the usual routine of my job is I come in, clock in, and put my stuff away in my locker, and grab my vest and hard hat, and then rubber gloves for cleaning, and then I go out and clean the first train, which is not an overnight, but a turnaround train, which we go in real quick, clean it, just what needs to be cleaned, and then get off. So we come in and clean 540, which turns into 551. Then a little bit after the shift starts, 542 comes in, and that's our first overnight train. We go in and clean that thoroughly, as well as the other trains. And 544 comes in. That one's a turnaround. We usually don't do anything on that one. Then 546 comes in, and 548 comes in later on, a little bit later as well. So I go in and clean the first two turnarounds, which is 542 and 546. Then I go back to our warehouse and take my lunch break, which by that time would be about 10:30 or so. Takes roughly about an hour and a half to 2 hours to clean one train. There's two different things I could be doing. Is I could be trashing, or replacing and wiping. If I'm trashing, I empty all the trash cans on the train. Remove all the headrest covers and throw them away. Then I go and adjust all the curtains so they're all tied up properly, and put all the footrests back up in the up position, and seat backs, if they move, put them back in the upright position, and tray tables up as well. and then I go and vacuum the whole train on the upper level only. There's another guy that does the bottom level for everything on the bottom level, and 2 guys on the top level. If I'm wiping and replacing, I wipe all the tables down with our disinfectant spray, our foam spray, or what we call it. Then I go and start following the guy who's trashing and replace the trash bags, replace headrests, or headrest covers. That one takes the longest, is replacing headrest covers, because that's every single seat. Then after that I end up dusting the partitions, the plexiglass partitions, because those get quite a lot of dust on them because they're of static electricity and all that. And then I clean windows. After lunch we head back out, and I start on 5:48. Usually when I get halfway done with that, 14 comes in, and we all get out and jump on that. We all jump on watering and fueling it. I have been doing the rear coaches, the last 4 cars on the train. Normally I do the lounge car back to the rear of the train. Another guy does the dining car, as well as he goes in and empties the trash cans on it. And another guy gets the other cars, and then one of our mechanics does the fueling. All that with passengers around you. A lot of them like to get out and smoke. Sometimes you have to go and yell at them to not smoke near the fuel pad, or the fuel racks, or fueling stands, I mean. 2 or 3 days ago I had that happen, and I went and told the guy, hey, you can't smoke in this area, and he said, we are told we could. You have a good day at work, sir. And I was like, okay. I'm like, you cannot smoke here. These are fueling stands. You cannot smoke near them. And he was all rude to me and all that. A group of 3 people, they were rude to me. And continued to smoke next to the fuel. And I'm like, dude, look. Flammable materials. No smoking signs everywhere. Actually, you're not supposed to even be in this area. Stop smoking and get out of here. Well, not like that, but you can't smoke here. You're in an area that you're not supposed to be in either. So I went and told the car attendant for that car that I saw them get out of. He said, well, you have the water hose, why don't you just spray them? And I was thinking, that could work. But he said, yeah, I'll talk to them about it. As I went off and finished watering the cars. After I finish watering the cars, I get back on the train and clean my train. I finish up 5:48. And normally I get almost finished with 5:48 before 14 leaves, because it takes a while to fuel them. Fill both locomotives, also water all the cars, and get the trash from the car attendants. Because the car attendants end up dumping the trash out on the dark side of the train, which is the side that is not the platform side, but the opposite side. And one or two guys goes and grabs those trash bags and throws them in the dumpster. Also, baggage, if is baggage, that takes a little bit for the baggage crew to load them, load and unload. Also, smoking breaks for the passengers and all that. So 14's usually there for almost half an hour. And then after I finish 548, I then go across to the another track and do 550. The way the platforms are set up, we have 4 platforms, 4 trains to go on to for loading and unloading passengers. There's a total of 6 tracks, and wait, is that right? Yeah, 6 tracks. There's the 2 main lines for UP, and then the 4 Amtrak platform tracks. We have 542 and 546 go in on track 3, which is closest, the northernmost track. When 548 comes in, that's on track 4. 14 arrives on track 5. And then 550 arrives on track 6. And yeah. So after I finish cleaning 550, I then go back to the warehouse until my shift is over. Of course, I have to end up cleaning out my bucket and stuff, which the bucket is really just a big trash can where you keep all your cleaning supplies in. We have to clean them all out after we finish our shift. Then I hang out with one of the mechanics, Paul. I hang out with him for a bit when he's on break and stuff. That's pretty much the usual of my shift. The guy who does the downstairs ended up doing everything for the downstairs. Trashing in, wiping and replacing, vacuuming, mopping, and all that. And then he also goes out and waters the cars. I wonder. Now the train has no power. Yes, it does still have power. Not anymore. The lights in this cab are all too dark for what is really in these locomotives. They're all LED lights now. Same with the chargers. Oh, going back to the first train of the night that I go out to, which is 540, which turns into 551. I end up going up into the cab to put down blue flags if if the day shift hasn't done that already. I have to go up and do it so that I can start cleaning. It's a rule, we have to have blue flags before we start doing anything. And then I take them back down after we finish. And then when we go on to 542, I put up the blue flags on both ends, and we just leave them up, and then the other 3 trains, when the mechanic actually gets there, he goes and ends up putting them up, because the mechanic goes on shift at about 10:30. And well, one of the mechanics goes on shift at 10:30. Another mechanic's there all at about 8:30ish. So he handles the blue flags on the other trains and puts them on ground power, taking them off of HEP. Man, it's a weird feeling not having any power in the cars. When he goes to turn off and turns off the HEP so he could go out and put on ground power, it all the lights turn off except for the emergency lights, which are like half of the lights end up going off, and air conditioning turns off, and the power to the outlets go off. So while I'm in the middle of vacuuming and he takes off the head end power, the vacuum stops, and I just go and sit down until he turns on the ground power, which takes about 10 minutes or so, especially for 550 or 542, I mean, because that's the first train. I usually get almost halfway done with vacuuming before he ends up getting there and to the train and turns off head end power. Because of how the train sits in the platform, the head end power is in the locomotive like usual, on every train actually, and ground power on that train is plugged in at the cab car. So he has to go to the locomotive, shut off head end power, and he ends up shutting down the locomotive as well at that time. Then he has to walk all the way back to the cab car, plug in the all the cables for ground power, and then turn on the ground power at the box, which all of that takes around 20 minutes or so, 10-20 minutes, because he has to walk all the way to the back of the train. And yeah, so I usually just sit there, since I can't do anything else at that time, mainly because the last thing I do is vacuum the train when I'm trashing, which for the first 2 trains I usually do trashing, and then the last 2 trains I do wiping and replacing. So I end up vacuuming, and that's usually when he gets there to take it off of HEP and put it on ground power. So that actually gives me a couple minutes break. So yeah, I just sit down in one of the seats and just relax for a minute or two while he does his thing. So yeah, I clean and end up cleaning 4 trains that are there overnight. and one train that turns around and goes back to Oakland or San Jose. Let me see, is there any comments here? Oh, hi. Sorry, I haven't been paying much attention. No, actually, let me bring up my stream on my phone. Just to watch the comments. My channel. Live. Alright, so I'm now watching my stream on my phone. So anyways, yeah. We usually have, on most of our trains, we end up having the F59 PHIs. Usually one or two trains get a charger. Last night we only had one charger. The rest were all F59s. Yeah, you can't open the door while the train's moving for some reason. You can open the window. I think we're coming up to the end of the line. See, I think that I'm working as DC to Boston. Am I? Yeah, DC to Boston. Boston. Alright. I think I might actually do a run as engineer instead of conductor. Just take a service out of here. Why is the light on? Turn that off. Yo, why do you like all lights on? Okay, that may be a little dark. Great, now I gotta find... wait, almost. Dang it. I gotta find the... There it is. Light, cab light on. There we go. At least just have the cab light on. Alright. Can we open the door? No, we can't. We can open this door. Go back here and, oh no. Open this door. Start HEP. Oh yeah, on the F-59s, the HEP is provided by a separate engine on the locomotive. There's a little genset engine in it, in each of them, that provides the HEP. P-42s, it gets driven off the main engine. There's two different modes for that. There's standby and then there's run. In standby mode, you do not want to have the engine operating or running so much like moving. Like, you're not going to have any power off on your traction motors if you have it on standby, because in standby it gets driven off of the main alternator for HEP, and that runs the engine at about notch 3. Meanwhile, run is driven off of the HEP alternator, or HEP generator, or alternator, yeah. Excuse me. And that runs the engine at about notch 6. What's this way? I've run into pole. I think a train runs every 15 minutes or so from here. So I'll probably find a train to run. Let's actually go up here. I can't go up there. The heck? How am I supposed to get onto another platform? Let me go this way. See if I could go up these stairs here. Can I? No, I cannot. What in the world? Why can't I not go up there? Of course, that doesn't work. Guess then my only option... Don't do this in real life. Is find one of these steps and go up it. Right round scenario. Actually, let's go do a scenario. Come on. Well, let's run diesel. Let's run a freight. So anyways, that's about it for news. Mainly not doing much on the Sacramento Southern right now because I don't have time anymore because of work. Because I have night shift. I'm on night shift at work. So I'm sleeping during the day. And I've been I'm not able to go on Tuesdays and Thursdays to maintenance away. Tomorrow, Saturday, the 29th, I will be doing motorcar operator and brakeman over in Folsom on the Placerville and Sacramento Valley for Folsom Rail Fest. If you guys live in the Sacramento area, come to Fit Rail Fest this weekend. It'll be fun. We're doing our train actually all the way to County Line. Our train goes to County Line this time. They've done maintenance away work all the way to get the track up to at least to Class 1. Which is like the crappiest track you can have and actually be able to run on it. So if you're in the Sacramento area, come to Folsom Rail Fest. It'll be fun. We're running the diesel train to County Line. Motor cars all the way to Cothran's, almost to Latrobe. Due to the washout that happened over a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. We cannot go all the way to Latrobe, but we could go to Cothran's, which is about 3 miles from Latrobe. That one's the run I'm going to be doing on the motor cars, and then the dinner train tomorrow night, all the way to County Line on the diesel. And there's going to be model train exhibits, food vendors, and all that other stuff as well there at the station in Folsom. Okay, I need to shadow, turn that down, turn that down, boom. Why is the sound doing that? Let me turn this down to low and this down a little bit. So let's turn this pretty much to potato vision. And here's potato vision in Train Sim World. Still doesn't look that bad, except that. What the fuck? Okay. Potato vision, here we go. Here we are, full potato vision. The Why is my sound so weird? Oops, went a little too far. Anyways, I'm gonna stop this stream here. I'll see you guys next time.